In today's episode, we're going to go over how blood work labs can be a crucial tool in identifying the underlying causes of your hair loss. If you're new here, my name is Yuri. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner, and I help women figure out what is causing their hair thinning, their hair loss, and I do this by going over the red flags on blood work. If you've been to any health practitioner and they looked at your blood work labs and they said, hey, there's nothing really that we could see here that may be something that you might want to look into deeper, but hey, well, my hair keeps falling, my hair is thinner, and this just doesn't feel right. What I would suggest for you is to find a practitioner that has been trained to view your blood work through a optimal functional lenses. So some of the things that I look for when I'm going through somebody's blood work labs is I'm checking for your thyroid hormones. And we're checking TSH, T3, T4. We're checking for the autoimmunity markers. Overall, there's about 10 thyroid markers. And I want to see how your thyroid's doing. So in conventional medicine, your TSH is probably just a little bit high, a little bit low, and then you'll be probably prescribed medicine. But in a functional perspective is if we're checking for your thyroid hormones, we want to see why is your thyroid out of balance. And usually your thyroid may be out of balance due to a heavy metal exposure over time. The second thing that I'm looking for is for nutrient deficiencies. I'm checking your iron, your ferritin, and your hemoglobin. If you have low ferritin, it may be due to parasites feeding off of it or other possible things. I'm also checking your vitamin D. A deficiency of vitamin D is linked to hair shedding. A lot of people have low vitamin D levels, but what they don't know is instead of just prescribing a vitamin D, you also got to take magnesium in order for your body to absorb it. I'm going to be checking your vitamin B12 with your folate because a lot of people do need that methylation support. And for example, if you don't know if your methylation needs any type of support, I would just assess it as a lot of people need folate and B12 in order for you to start sweating. So let's say you're in the gym and you just don't sweat. You may need some methylation support, and some of the vitamins is a B12 or some folate to help that cellular cycle happen. I'm also going to be checking your zinc and selenium levels, so your blood work is going to be able to tell me if you need any of those two supplements in order for your body to have the proper nutrients. Other markers that I'm checking for is for inflammation, so we're going to be checking for your C-reactive protein. This marker overall is just going to tell me if there's a systematic inflammation going on, so you don't want to have elevated chronic inflammation going on. The other thing that we could check for is your anti-thyroid antibodies, and conditions like this can point to autoimmune disorder. If there is something going on like that, of course, I will refer you out to your medical professional. The other thing I'm going to be checking for is your blood sugar, and if you're insulin resistant, can lead to possible conditions such as PCOS. And the other thing that we learned in the Nutritional Therapy Association is we want to take care of your glucose levels. It's like a foundation in one of our modules. If you could balance out your glucose levels, it's going to help you out tremendously. We're going to also check your hemoglobin A1C. This is more of a longer term of your blood sugar control. See how that's going on. The other thing we could also check is your cortisol levels, because if you have high stressful levels over a prolonged period of time, of course it's gonna disrupt if your hair is regrowing. The upcoming markers are my favorite markers because I feel like if you support these organs, it's just you could really optimize your body. So it is the liver and kidney function. For your liver, we're going to check the enzymes such as ALT and AST. And this could give me an overall picture of how your liver is doing, if your liver needs help detoxifying, if it's missing any nutrients that you may need. The kidney markers are going to be creatinine and your bun markers. And I love to assess this because I feel like your kidney health overall helps the shine of your hair. The last markers that we're going to check is your CBC, a complete blood count, and this is going to tell me overall if there's any possible infections going on. And again, the vitamin B12 and folate is going to be able to tell me if you have any nutrients missing to support your gut health in order for you to be absorbing all of your key nutrients. This is the reason why I love blood work in the right hands of a practitioner that knows how to look at blood work. You're able to assess your thyroid hormones. You're able to assess nutrient deficiencies such as iron levels. You're able to assess the inflammation going on in the body. You're also able to assess, like I said, the foundational step of your checking your blood sugar and if you're insulin resistant. We're going to see how your liver and kidneys are doing. We're going to assess your cortisol levels, if there's any possible infections. So overall, this is one of the tools that I use in my practice. I love adding in a comprehensive blood work lab in order to create protocols that's going to fit for your body and to give you the results that you're looking for. One last thing that I wanted to mention is come visit me during Oklahoma City's Sweatfest event. It is a yearly event where local companies come together. It's usually related around a health fitness, so you'll see free classes going on. You'll get to hear the local companies, what they have to offer, and I'll be a vendor there from 10:30 to 2:30. It is located at the Scissor Park, so that's downtown. So if you were wondering what does it look like to work with me, if you had additional questions, if you were also wondering if blood work and the initial consultation can work for the issues that you're dealing with, I'll be more than glad to talk to you during that event. Again, it is October 20th from 10:30 to 2:30. That's the time that I'll be there. But the event is all-day event. Again, October 20th in downtown Oklahoma City. And I'll see you next time.